Hey, what's up? This is Nick from zappycode.com, and this is the February money report. So every month I like to share how things have been happening in my business. I keep open financials, and it's kind of fun for me to talk about because I think it helps me understand things more, and also it's nice to share with everybody. So this month had a profit, which if you know is fairly uncommon. If you look at all in total, not at a profit thing when you look at the whole shebang, but this month it was, which I'm a little bit disappointed about in that I feel like I should be swinging for the fences a little bit more, so only spending shy of $400. I'm a little bit disappointed there. But everything pretty standard this month. The only sort of special thing was picked up a copy of Windows so that I could do some stuff there for some screen recording. Then also Nova, which Nova, if you haven't used, is this Mac app it's essentially a code editor. And this one's kind of irrational for me because, like, for me, the Django development that I do, it's not as great as PyCharm. Like, you can't do the debugging stuff as easily, and it's a little bit more elbow grease, but it's like really pretty and kind of fun to use, just like the colors that are there and stuff. I don't know. I kind of find it fun, and I find myself using this most of the time. So anyways, that was a fun purchase for the business. All right. So off to what I consider to be the most important thing. Those are sort of the nitty gritties of a month. But really, the true North Star, the thing that I'm always looking for, is the monthly recurring revenue. Because again, this tells me if people are signing up and if they're sticking around. Like, if this number continues to go up, one of those two things or a combination of them have to be true. So this was a little bit troubling. The increase from January to February was very small. I guess I should be happy that it's going up. But I'll be honest, it's a little bit demoralizing just thinking like, oh geez, like this is not growing like I want it to. The ultimate goal for ZappyCode is I want it to be a $10,000 a month business. The goal for this year, 2021, is to get it to $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And looking at this, it's just like, it's not happening. It's not going in the right direction. It like really needs to ramp up like this. Now, that said, I have some things that I'm very optimistic about. I'm going to be running some ads for the ZappyCode app on iOS that I think is going to have a really, really big impact. And the hope is that, one, it drives a lot of new people, but two, I get a lot smarter and targeted on advertising so that can become cheaper over time. The thing is, I kind of explained it here that I set aside some money to spend on ZappyCode. I still have a lot of this money that I want to spend on growing the business. And in fact, I've also got some other funds that I've set aside that essentially it's almost about $20,000 that I'd like to spend on growing ZappyCode. And so I'm going to be putting that money to use this year. I don't know if I'll use the entire thing, but so basically what I'm trying to say is I have reasons to be optimistic, but it's also tough just seeing this little bit here. So, and kind of to follow up on this, I need to update this page because this was kind of saying, hey, in 2020, I'm going to take I had set aside $14,000, and I'm also going to take all the money that I earn and put it back in. So I haven't spent anything, but I had talked about in 2021, I'm going to start taking home money. And I've decided as of right now, I'm not doing that. To me personally, I'm still in grow mode. I want to see, like, again, to me, this number is most important. It's kind of, sometimes it's a little bit irrational because, and I go into this here that in previous businesses that I've worked on, it's just always how much money can I take out for myself? And I really want to try putting money back in the business and spending it, which, as you saw this month, I'm not very good at. I only spent $300 when I have 20 grand to spend. I didn't even spend the amount that I'm bringing in every month. So I'm going to have to get a whole lot better there. And I'm long-term excited, but in the short term, it's a little bit like, oh, it's tough that this thing isn't panning out. So, and I think part of that too is that maybe I've got to relook at what I'm offering people. Maybe it's not that attractive. Maybe, the thing that I have is not that magical and exciting to the people who are members, and that's why they're dropping. So maybe this is a healthy point that I just got to really relook at some things and make some changes. But let's hope things get better from here. I'll check back in with you at the March update.